Hi, hello. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Heather, and this is Pages with Postawait, and I am so glad you're here. Today I am going to do a little book tag from a lovely booktuber named Farrah, who's over at Bookstalgic, and thank you so much for tagging me. And we're going to talk about how I rate books. Thanks for the tag, because I think I needed to sit down and think about this. So anyway, if that sounds good, stick around. There are 9 questions in this tag, so I'm just going to go through them and kind of analyze my thinking with how I rate books. And yeah, it was kind of cool to break it down and think about, okay, why do I do that? Why do I give a book this and not that? Number 1, how often do you DNF and what makes you DNF? I have grown as a reader and have come to the conclusion that I get one life. There's so many books and there's more being written all the time. So why drag yourself through something if you're really not enjoying it? So I do DNF. What's funny about my DNFs is the majority of the time, they just kind of fall off the side of the rails because I'm usually reading, I don't know, 5 or 6 books at a time. And so if one is just not something that I keep picking up, I keep reading other things and it kind of just gets pushed to the wayside. I know I've officially DNF'd it when I take it off of my Goodreads. So usually, not always, but usually I'll put in my Goodreads the books that I'm reading just so I can kind of keep track. So I will have books that are sitting there that aren't moving. They haven't moved. A lot of times it's my nonfiction that sits there for the longest time. It's not that I'm DNFing it, it's that I haven't felt like reading it because I'm very emotional in my choices of reading. Like I'm just moody on my books. So if something is pulling me in, it's so good, I can't put it down. Obviously it gets read. But resources, reference books, I'll put them on there and then they stay there for months and months. And I eventually decide I'm going to DNF. Every once in a while there's a book that I'm just like, I just can't. And then I DNF it. I'm trying to be better at giving myself permission to say, let's just move on. So yes, I DNF. I should do more. Okay. Question 2, do you rate books 1 star? No, I really don't. If I dislike it that much, why am I wasting my time on it? So are there 1 stars in my Goodreads? Yeah, most of them are pretty old. I very rarely do. I really don't. I think question number 3 is, what is a 2-star book for you? So I think I'm just going to combine those. I do have 2-star books. I have shifted how I put those into Goodreads. Goodreads actually has an impact on the authors and the community. And so I have decided I don't really want to do 2 stars there either. So I don't do 1 or 2 stars. I respect authors. Is just somebody put their heart and soul into that book. What I'm trying to say is I will very rarely put a 2-star in. I don't give things 2 stars in Goodreads. I have given things 2 stars in my own personal journal. So my reading, I went back and looked at it. So my reading journal from last year has a couple of 2 stars in there. No one else needs to know that I gave those 2 stars. Maybe if I mention it very quickly on YouTube, how often is that really going to impact the author and things? So I won't put it in Goodreads. I will put it here for me personally. If I'm going to rate it on Goodreads, it probably needs to be a 3-star or a 2.5 that I round up to a 3-star. I was looking for my thing to see what I had. Okay. So I had 1, 2, I had 3 2-stars last year, and then 2 2.5 stars. So I highly doubt I put those into Goodreads. And if I did, the 2.5 stars would have been rounded up to 3. Okay. The reason for that is because I read quite diversely, and I'm trying to read translated lit, and I try and read books just all across the spectrum. I'm not always the target for those books. I mean, I read a lot of middle grade, so this is a really good example. I read a ton of middle grade because I teach middle grade. So I'm not the target audience. If I enjoyed a book, great, fantastic, wonderful. But there are times, there was even a time this year where I read the book, I'm not the target audience. I did not enjoy it, but I rated it a 3. I don't think I put it into Goodreads though. I would have written the book that I'd read it. I'm not sure I rated it. There are times when I'm reading a book and maybe it's an author that's translated. So it's a book from another country. I'm not the target audience. I'm coming to it from a completely different culture, language difference. So I'm looking to get an experience and understand that culture better. I'm not going to rate my perspective from what I know in my world to what they know in their world. So that feels kind of harsh. Unless I really, really enjoyed the book, it's probably not getting a rating. I do the same thing when I'm reading maybe an author that is BIPOC or LGBTQ. I read a book 2 years ago that was so not my genre, so not my world, so not written for me. It was by an Indigenous author, and it was horror. Okay, when I came to that book, I was really excited to read it, but it was not anything I would know. No, but I just didn't rate the book because I'm not the target audience there. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't rate anything lower than a 3 pretty much on Goodreads in my own writing, in my own recordings that no one cares about. I'll write them and rate them just for me. Okay. I think I killed that topic. Number 4, is a 3-star book a good book for you? A 3-star book is decent. It's like the okay level. So it was okay. It wasn't bad. Will I go back and read it? Not unless like something in it is still haunting me, or like I can't get it out of my brain, and then I might need to just go see what that was. But a 3-star is okay. And I can talk about it, and I can, recommend it, like if it's a book that I think my students would like. Yeah. But a 3-star it's okay. Probably wasn't for me. It's not a bad book. What does 4-star mean to you? 4-star is a good book. 4-star's a really good book. I enjoyed it. It hit all the things that I needed it to hit. It's one that I might even read again. It was a good read. I had a good time. Number 6, do you ever do half-star ratings? All the time. All the time. And the reason for that is because I'm a horrible decision maker. I have trouble deciding on things. A 1/2-star allows me a little wiggle room when I'm in that quandary. So absolutely I use 1/2 stars. And then when I put it on Goodreads, I will round up. So if I gave something a 3.5 star, it might be a 4-star on Goodreads. Again, it's just respect for the authors and that kind of thing. Yeah, totally do 1/2 stars. All the time. Number 7, do you rate books 5-star often? What does a 5-star book have to do to make you rate that high? A 5-star book. I'm pretty like free with my 5 stars. If I had a great time with it, it left me thinking, it left me like still having those characters, or something from that book is resonating with me. Yeah, I do give out a lot of 5 stars. And I've noticed I'm leaning more that way. Like, if I had a really great time with that book, sure, I'll rate it a 5 star. Now, there's a difference though. A 4 star is a good book. A 5 star is an amazing book. It's a fantastic book. A 4.5 star is like that step below, but you don't have to like shoot the moon to get a 5 star. I have seen people that have rated things 6 stars, like that's like an all-time favorite, and I kind of like that idea. I have had some books maybe last year that I probably would have given like a 6 star. I'm kind of leaning toward adopting that. So 5 star would be like a great, amazing, wonderful book. 6 star would be an all-time favorite for me. So I think if I ever hit that, I don't think I have, I've had some really good books this year. I would really have to sit down with that. Yes, I give out 5 stars. Yes, I'm pretty generous with them. 2024, the year Heather decided 6 stars were needed for her books. Anyway, let's see. Number 8, how has your ratings of books changed over the years? Well, I guess that's one of them. I think I was a little more strict at the beginning. Like when you look at some of my oldest books on Goodreads, I do have some 1 stars there. A lot of them are like classics that I didn't enjoy. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna, mince words. Some things are just not my thing. And so I actively put them. I did notice that most of the authors for the books that I did with that are long, long gone. Like they're older things. So I'm not even going to worry about going back and changing them or taking the star rating off because that author's gone and they wouldn't care anyway. Yeah, so I think I'm more free with my stars. I think I'm adapting even this year, kind of brainstorming even here, thinking about adjusting. I have thought about some of the things that people do where they put them into like I think it's called co-piling or something like that. It's a system and you can put in, a number for each one of the levels that you can rate a book. I've thought about that. That kind of hits some bells and whistles for my happy dopamine pieces. Like that would probably make me happy, but the truth is I don't have a ton of time for that kind of thing. And I go off of feel. And I think as I get older, I simplify it. Keep it simple, sweetie. The KISS method. Did you like it? How much did you like it? Bam, there's a star. I don't know. I'm not really technical. Where do you record your ratings of books? So that's number 9. And I record my ratings mostly in my reading journal. So that's kind of fun. And then Goodreads. I did Storygraph. I tried it, but it was just a lot, too much. They've changed some things, so it might be fun to go back in and try it again. But I kind of lean toward Goodreads, and maybe I should diversify that. Mostly I put it in my reading journal and it's in multiple places. So I get a kick out of recording it in there. And so that's kind of fun. So that's how I rate books. Simple, right? Yeah. I read them, I enjoy them, and I put stars on them. I'm such a teacher. I would just, anybody who wants to do this tag, come on over. Try this one out. Okay. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.